Hi everybody, I'm Frank O'Brien and welcome to robertfranciswine.ie. Today in the latest episode of robertfranciswine.ie I'm tasting a Shiraz from Australia. This is the third in the series of Aldi wines that I'm tasting, and this is the Bushland Shiraz Reserve 2007 from the Hunter Valley in Australia. Now, interesting piece of information that not everybody knows, but a lot of famous wine companies make wines for supermarkets. It's a fact. Marks & Spencer's have Semillon Sauvignons or Semillon Chardonnays made for them by Evans and Tate. Tesco get Rieslings made for them by Howard Parker Madfish. So it's very, very important when you're shopping for wines in big supermarkets that you look at the small print, either on the bottom of the front label or it'll be on the back. And this wine is no exception. This Shiraz is actually made by Hope Estate. It says so clearly on the back here. Hope Estate, Brook Road, New South Wales. Now, Hope Estate is actually quite a famous vineyard that makes some excellent Merlots, Shirazes and Chardonnays. I drank them before and they retail for somewhere between 15 and 20 euros. So this is their Shiraz, and what happens is the big supermarkets come in and they agree to buy a certain amount of fruit. So we have a Bushland Shiraz made by a pretty solid winemaker, retailing at $6.99, which is again the middle of the three in the Aldi ones that I've done. I had at $8.99 and a $5.49. Now it's 1-1, it's a tight game, and this one will be the decider and the best out of three for Aldi. So let's hope for a good response. So let's have a look at the wine. Well, straight away you get that gorgeous Shiraz colour. Nice. It's not a hugely dark Shiraz, but it does have a nice colour. Kind of that purple black cherry colour. And on the nose there's a good whack of pepper straight away. There's also some black fruit. Yeah, there's definitely some plums and some blackcurrants. Perhaps the tiniest bit jammy, but nowhere near the African Cape one, the 549 Cabernet Sauvignon Pinotage. This has some fruit. A little bit jam, but there's definitely some fruit. Smells well balanced, which is encouraging. A nice colour. And this isn't bad actually. It's a little thin, but it's not bad. This isn't a big, bold, bruising, almost viscous Shiraz that you do get from Australia. This turns in at 12.5% alcohol, which needs to be borne in mind. So it's not a huge blockbuster, beat you up Evander Holyfield type of Shiraz. This is a bit lighter, it's a bit daintier, it's a bit more like a kind of a Floyd Mayweather or kind of Steve Collins, to continue with the boxing analogy, but it's not a heavyweight, it's more like a middleweight or something like that, welterweight. Does have some nice fruit on the nose. There is a nice bit of perfume to the fruit. 2007 was a bit of a tough vintage if I remember correctly. In Australia there was a lot of heat. Yeah, not bad. It does taste a little thin though. There's not that big richness of fruit. It doesn't taste cheap, but it doesn't taste expensive at the same time. So it's kind of in that middle ground in the middle there. I think if somebody gave it to me, I don't necessarily think I'd guess straight out it was $6.99, but I'd certainly guess that it was under 12 euros. There's a little bit of bitterness on the finish. Yeah, tiniest bit of bitterness on the finish, but not bad. Not as good as the Macron Village, but a whole way load better than the South African wine. I'd probably go 83 plus on this wine. I was actually kind of hoping for better things, to be honest, but it's okay. Would be, if you at a dinner party, maybe not a dinner party, but like a house party where you needed a whole load of wine for pretty solid price point. Now there is a level up again on the Bushland that was $7.99, so maybe I need to go back and try that one. If there's anyone from Aldi watching and you'd like to send me some samples, please feel free to do so. But you know, yeah, it's okay. 83 plus, not going to change your world, but it's not offensive, and yeah, it's kind of indifferent. Not sure I'd actually recommend that you go out and buy it though. At $6.99, if you needed wine at a good price point and you needed something that wasn't going to annoy anyone, this one would probably be perfectly fine. But otherwise, I think probably for €1 or €2 more, we could probably get something a bit better. So maybe we'll try that for the next time. I'd probably have to put this one down as a tie, so we'd have to say in Ryder Cup points 1.5 to 1.5. Overall, the Macron Village is definitely one that you need to go out and try. I'd avoid the Pinotage, and this one probably has a time and place. So, I hope you liked the Aldi wines. I hope you liked the fact that we were trying something new and different price points. If you want to leave some comments or send me some emails at info@robertfranciswine.ie, that'd be fantastic. Always love to hear some feedback. And yeah, interesting show. So, that's it for today, and we'll see you next time on robertfranciswine.ie.